A lot of
Hi,
them.
friends.
There he is. Hi, sweetie.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
And we're live. Hello. SPTV. Hi. Hello, everybody. Great to see you all here. Happy Friday. So I have a very special guest today. A lot of you know who she is. She doesn't really need an introduction, but her name is Kila. And as you can see in my title, if you're on my channel, we're also streaming to her channel. So please head over and give her a like and a subscribe on Mental Health Matters to Us. And we got the link. I just want to say before I bring her on, because I don't want her to blush, and I'm not trying to love bomb her, but when I was writing the title, I said to myself, what are 3 words that come to mind when I think of Kila? And you'll see as you listen to her story that I think I'm right. She's a warrior, she's an advocate, and she's a good friend. So without further ado, here she is, the lovely
Hey.
Kila.
Hey. How are you?
I'm well. I'm good. I'm great to
Thank you.
see you. I'm just happy to see you.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. So here we are.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of Mental Health Awareness Month. So,
Yep.
right on time.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about all the things that you're comfortable with. Pace yourself. If you need to, take a break, absolutely do that. But when I heard that you were in the hospital, I was devastated. I was worried. I was upset. You were making us feel better. You were like, it's okay. And I wanted to make you feel better, And you're so strong. You are so strong. And I'm just so happy that you're home.
Me too. Me too. 15 days is a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you were
sneaking. You can't leave.
Talking, right?
I committed a felony on YouTube. So, vaping in a hospital room. And I was giving instructions. I was telling everybody how to do it. Don't do that when you're on pain meds. They have to protect me from myself.
Yes. Hey, Kristen, you are looking spectacular. I so hope you're doing good.
Thank you.
You're looking much better. You seem like you're in good spirits.
Just want to get rid of some of this weight that has happened. I don't, and I have an issue with it. I really do, because I don't know if it's permanent. Because if it's Cushing's syndrome from being on the steroids since November, it'll never go away. So I'm kind of worried about that. But they just did labs, so we'll see what happens.
Well, you're beautiful. And I mean, I'm not going to say, oh, it's okay, because, hey, it's however you feel is
my phone's
how you feel.
Out of my face to unlock them, so I can't change it because I can't get in it.
Yeah. So whatever you feel comfortable taking us through your journey, like what kind of kicked this off, as far as, like, I know you had gone through some stuff. We won't talk about the trauma, but you started your channel and it's been growing. And whenever I go in there, I just feel so good. It's just such a nice vibe. And your mods and everybody is so welcoming. And usually sometimes it's like 1:30 in the morning, but it is just such a nice experience. And so your channel has been a safe haven for a lot of people. And I just love it. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. And thank you, because that's what I want. I want people to feel comfortable no matter where you're at or where you come from. Everybody needs mental health.
Yes.
I mean, mental health is health. So,
and you're such a good teacher. I mean, you take a subject. I mean, you do have your guests and your panels, which are really helpful too. But I love when you take a subject and just do a deep dive and give examples and give a good perspective, because I know I'm not there. I'm never going to be there. But today is my 18-year cultiversary. May 9th.
oh
Yeah.
man, congratulations!
May 9th is when we left the cult, and I was just talking about it with
Oh,
Duncan. And so yeah, I'm still recovering to a degree,
me too.
So it really helps to have places to
And that's
come
what we
in.
wanted, or that's what I saw my vision was for the channel, because I was in so many chats for 2 years. Like, and all I ever heard was they dropped my insurance. They won't cover mental health. They won't cover therapy. They won't do this. And I'm so tired. I'm really passionate about this. So I'm just so tired because I worked 21 years of this, fighting the system for people with mental illness, and myself included. And I'm so tired of Big Pharma. I'm so tired of insurance companies. People need help, help them. So I started kind of brainstorming, what can I do? What can I do to help instead of just read, you know? And so I decided I never thought I'd be here, but it's where it led. I wanted to
Yeah,
say for people to come, and then we don't leave them alone. We have the Facebook group with individual chats on every subject you can imagine that you need. And if it's not there, the mods will put it there.
that's awesome.
Which on the Facebook page, they're amazing, um, and they run the chats. And literally, I had to use my own Facebook group chat for anxiety. I was having a true mental anxiety breakdown, and I went in my chat, in the private, and we're in the side chat. It's for anxiety, and I said help. It took 2 seconds for everybody to be in that chat, and they helped me calm it down.
I love
So
that.
I used my own group, and they're amazing.
And here's saw the link somewhere. Here it is. Thank you, Aria. So we're streaming to your
That's a link
channel.
throwing girl.
I love it. I love it. And we've got the link to your channel as well.
Yeah, I'm just so happy that people will use it and come by. I mean, like, and if you don't need it, or if you don't need all of it, take what you need, leave the rest. Because sometimes I do get bogged in the details.
Liz
Hi,
Gail.
honey.
Hi, sweetie.
Hey,
Good to see
Liz.
you. Well, we're just all so glad to see you. And, from the very beginning, I just knew that you were just such a sweet, like, very strong, but also sweet person, and just so supportive. You were in all the chats, just really
Mhm.
giving people a lift and a boost. And yeah, I think your channel has just been such a great, like I said, like just a safe haven, and it's very, very positive. And I'm glad to hear that you saying that it's helped you as well, because I know having my channel has helped me. It's like I feel like I've gotten more than I've given in so many ways.
See,
Do you
and that's
feel
how
that
I
way?
feel, because I have people come on there telling their stories. I mean, they don't have to. You
Yeah.
don't have to do anything. You can lurk. It doesn't matter. I mean, we're happy for everybody to be there. Um, if they come in, take what they need, leave the rest. And but it's so rewarding and fulfilling that people will come on, and they'll message me, "Hey, can I come on your channel? And I want to tell my story." And I'm like, "Absolutely." I mean, I'm honored for
Mhm.
that. And they
I
trust
love it. You had me on.
me.
You
Yes,
let
I
me
did.
tell my story.
Yes,
I'm
I did.
usually interviewing other people, but you had me on to tell my story.
And I'm
Mhm.
yeah, it's for everybody. Like, creators, chat, so I mean, whatever, it doesn't matter. Mods, whatever. I mean, we're there. And I keep saying, if one person shows up, I'll be there.
So you got out of the hospital in time for Mental Health Awareness Month.
I did.
What has that been like? What is the journey so far this month, going
Okay.
through the different aspects of what you
Okay.
wanted to present?
So I bought a shirt. I have a shirt for every day this month. They were My sister makes shirts, so it's really easy to get.
Oh, wow.
And
I love that.
so I had one made every day for this month, and a different
Fight
one.
the stigma. Yeah.
And I keep trying to tell, yeah, this one is mental health awareness, fight the stigma. And I keep, I'm like, Daryl, Mr. Kila, as they call him, my other half, he's like, why do you have new clothes every day? I said, my sister made them. It's like I get a package every day, but it wasn't that. So he's like, okay, but no. Mental Health Awareness Month. I'm glad it's here. I mean, I am, but we should be talking about mental health more than once a year.
Yeah.
And I know when September comes up, I have my 988 church. So, and it's the Unaliving Lifeline hotline. So, I mean, if anybody ever feels like they can't reach anyone, you can dial 988.
Yep.
And there will be somebody on the other end of that phone. So, and that's really important to me. And it's just mental health, period. I see what everyone goes through, including my facility, that's what we have is people that have nowhere to go. They have mental illness. Nobody wants them. They've gone away. Or their family can't handle them.
Mm.
So that's what I do. But I haven't been able to leave my house since I got out of the hospital. And that was April 11th. So
Wow.
I'm a little myself.
Spring fever, huh?
I mean, it's like, well, I got out to the sun where I went. Right?
So if you want to take us through a little bit, I don't have you relive this trauma, but just for the sake of so people know where you're coming from as far as how far you've come, right?
Right. So
you started your Mental Health Matters to Us channel. What month was it?
I don't know. Can you look and see? I don't know.
We probably can look at your channel and see.
Yeah,
I should pull up your channel anyways.
This is what brain fog is.
Yeah, totally.
Bring it up. That's so weird.
I can't even. I think mine's June. Will be 2 years. June, either 13th or 16th. I can't remember.
One of the mods can one of my mods please go to my about and see when we started the channel? Brain fog.
Hey, Northern Girl.
Hey,
everybody. Lots of people coming in. Good to see you all.
Aria, the little link thrower. June 2024.
Oh, in June. Wow.
Oh my God. I didn't know.
You're gonna a year. That's awesome.
Wow.
So you'll have an anniversary soon too.
Yeah, maybe I won't be in the hospital for this one. I missed my birthday. That's when I got admitted. So on my bracelet it has admitted 3/26/25, date of birth 3/26/74.
Oh my God.
So that's where I spent my birthday. And then
24th of June. Okay.
The
24th?
04/04/04. So it was April 4th when I started our company. When we started it. And I spent that in the hospital too, 21 years. I'm like, really? So hopefully, maybe this is for my channel. I won't be there.
Yeah.
But I really, we have the greatest people. I don't care if there's 2, 3, 20. Everybody's welcome. And like I said, one person goes, I'm going to be there. And I tend to get way down in the weeds with stuff, so I'm trying to back off that. Just try to have a basic, not anything in depth unless the conversation leads to that, because I don't want to scare anybody either.
Well, you are getting tons of love. I see the little link paper clips in my StreamYard. So I see there's tons of people in there, which is awesome. We've got, I'm not sure how to spell that or how to pronounce that. Yeah.
Hello.
Of course, Aria.
Yes, little link.
Body Illusion.
And
I saw them on your channel the other day. Tiff. Hey, Tiff.
Hey, Tiff.
Who else we got?
Thank y'all for being there. And
Facebook Mom.
Oh, yes. Facebook Mom. Maria. Yeah, we have to listen to her.
I saw a bunch of other people with the little up.
Thank y'all.
Little farther. We got Journey 2020 is here. Oh, Poet. Hey there. We've got, I think I saw Corn. Hi there.
Yes.
Wow, there's so many people. So everybody's here to show some love. I saw a Haggis Basher, I think. Yeah. So hi, everybody. I'm so glad they're all here to support you.
Thank you very much. Hey, Haggis, how are you? I can't. I appreciate everybody
Can you
going
see
on
the
this.
chat? Can you see the chat okay?
I can't. Hey, dancing in the rain.
Dancing in the rain. Hey there. I know who that is.
Yes.
Lots of kisses, lots of hugs.
Lots of
Yes.
hugs. Yes.
Well, so yeah, so you started your channel in June. You got your momentum. You got over 1,000. You got monetized pretty quick.
Mhm.
It was really going. And then when did you start to feel not yourself, or you had to do? I know
That was
your
June.
health journey has been a long one. You seem to have a lot of the symptoms kind of under control. And then when did things start to kind of get rough for you?
When my neck started pulling in June, actually in June, but I had physical therapy every day, so like he always rubbed that knot out, and my head would pick back up. And then my mom, she was like, "Kila, hold your head up straight." I'm like, "I am." She's like, "No, you're not." I didn't realize that it just kept going that way. It did. And so I went back to my neurosurgeon in August, August. And he ordered a bunch of tests, and then we figured I was going to have another surgery to put spacers in where he fused 4 through 6, C4 through 6. And so he made the appointment for me to go in for pre-op. And when I saw him for pre-op, he said, all the tests, you're totally fused. There's bone growing. It's not that. And I'm like, no, this is November. And I'm like, okay, this is when my head is stuck like this and this arm is paralyzed. Couldn't move it. And I'm like walking around like this, and he said, it's not that. So what he did was he did a bunch of blood tests and stuff. And now this is my neurosurgeon. He really kept up with it. And then I went back to his office and he said, okay, well, we're going to do an MRI of your brachial plexus. He said, because what you have is an autoimmune. First, he asked me if I had any weird vaccines. I'm like, I was born in Africa. What do you think? I mean, I thought he was joking. And I'm like, okay. And he said that I had an autoimmune and it with the RA factor, and it had my brachial plexus in a bad, bad place. Like it was so swollen and inflamed. So he started me on those major, major immunosuppressants. And ask anybody that saw me. I was out there. I didn't sleep for days at a time. And it was bad. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't stand without feeling like I was vibrating everywhere. Like every floor I walked on felt like it was vibrating. And I had that motion sickness, like I felt like I was doing this all the time. I'm like, what in the heck did he give me? And but everything, it's my neck started going up. My arm, I could start using it again. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm still on these immunosuppressants. So I go and make an appointment with the rheumatologist, with the cardiologist, because my heart is resting heart rate was 160. So we knew there was something wrong. So I went to the cardiologist, did all that, wore this monitor for a couple or 2 weeks, and I go back there Monday. But with the immunosuppressants, they changed me from one to prednisone to a lighter one, and it didn't work.
Now, was this around the holidays? Because I remember I talked to you in November. Okay. Yeah.
That's exactly when it was, because I got so bad. And you're only supposed to take them 5 days and then be off, so your body doesn't develop Cushing's and it'll make its own cortisol. But we didn't want mine making its own cortisol because it was attacking itself. So that's why I was on the immunosuppressants for so long, and never a break. And with the prednisone, it didn't even touch nothing. I can't take pain medicine. I mean, one thing, but I have to be in the hospital, and it's IV only. And
yeah, Dancing said I saw the swelling in her legs. It was no
oh
joke.
my God.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Like literally, it was weeping. I had sores on my legs and feet from my skin busting open. It was so bad. So fast forward, I'm going through all this crap and couldn't even walk. My ankle, I didn't have any ankles. Like my skin wouldn't bend. It was stretched so much. And I'm like, I can't live like this. So I know that I had surgery on my neck at Houston Methodist. And I liked that hospital. I liked my neurosurgeon. And they were very, very thorough. So on my birthday, My mom comes and tells me, "Come on, we're gonna go eat. You don't need that. You don't need that. You can stay in the, anything she could do to get me in the car." And she did. I said, "Where are we going?" And she was like, we're gonna go to Baytown." And I'm like, "For what?" She's like, "You're gonna go to Methodist." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll agree to that. I don't feel good." That's the first time I'd agreed to go. I refused the whole other time. They tell me, "Go to the ER." No, I don't want to. I don't like the ER. I'm a paramedic for the love of God.
Yes.
I know what ERs do.
Yes.
And I can't handle it. And they chase symptoms, not the cause.
Right.
So I kept saying, "I'm not going." And she got me in the car, and then we passed up Baytown. I said, "Okay, excuse me, where are we going?" "Oh, we're going to Houston." Then I got mad because I didn't have anything with me. No purse, no anything. I was like, "This is not fair." And but anyway, so.
And this is your mom. Your mom's doing this.
Yeah, this is my mother. So the one that took all my phones away from me in the hospital, and nobody could get in touch with me until she left.
I know you were sneaking. I remember one time you were sneaking. You're like, "My mom's coming. I gotta go. Bye."
Mm-hmm.
That was so funny. I was like,
exactly
"Yes, rest. You need to rest."
And she made me so mad. Like she was going over there, going out to smoke, and I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna vape." I was under the covers. I was like, "Oh, I should make a video." Don't. I told my mom they have to protect me from myself.
Yes, you need to rest.
But
when you get tired, you let me know, and we'll wrap it up. But I'm just so glad to see you. I'm so glad to talk face to face.
2 more days, I wouldn't be here. I think that's why I agreed to go, and I didn't really get too mad about it, except it was my birthday. I mean, but that was the best birthday present I could have ever gotten. I'm still here.
Yeah. Well, you being a paramedic, being around the medical profession for so long, and having a background in mental health, what were some of the things that you felt like you were facing that like maybe most people wouldn't know, like what's behind it? I think you know what I'm saying, right? It's like the average person may not see or be able to decipher what's happening, but I know that you are a fierce advocate for others. And so I'm hoping, and it looks like you are because you're here to tell about it, that you rallied and became an advocate for yourself.
I learned during that hospital stay how to be an advocate for myself for the first time. Every other time, I would just let mom sit there and talk, and I just sat there because I didn't really know what to say, and I didn't want to say. I think it was more of how people perceived what I was saying or trying to say, and it just didn't come out right because of my seizure crap, and I just didn't know. I felt like I wasn't being heard because everything I said was just talked over. And I really was really mad about it. I was like, "You know what? I'm not going. I'm just going to stay home." And that's how I felt every time. But nobody would hear me. And in that hospital, thank you, Brian. In that hospital, I learned to advocate for myself. They were trying to give me a medication that causes my seizures. They didn't know, but they didn't tell me they were adding it to my med list. And the nurse is sitting there. She's like, "And here's your blah." I said, "Oh no." I said, "I'm not taking that." And she was like, You're refusing?" I said, "Yeah." And my mom even jumped up and said, "Thank you. Thank you so much." My mom even said, "She is not taking that." I said, "I can talk for myself." Because mom didn't leave the hospital either until I did. God love her. She stayed on that.
Yeah, I'm with your mom. I'm a smother type too.
Yeah, she didn't leave, not once. And so I told him, "I'm not taking that medicine." It took so long to get my seizures under control that we have something that works and we're not changing it. And they were like, "Okay, well, we'll tell the doctor." So I stood up and finally advocated for myself. I definitely did. And my mom said, "Now I'm going to tell you, you're not going to mess up her regimen." And my mom's an RN. So
I was just say, I'm pretty sure. I thought she was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Helicopter says, "Happy
Hey,
Friday." Hey, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Everybody stopping in to show some love. I love it. You're Dancing says, I just call her Dancing.
I know,
Her
right?
family is strong and caring and so happy they were there for Kila.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Yeah, well,
absolutely.
sometimes, like, I love my mom. And Mother's Day coming up. But my mom
That's
likes
right.
to watch this YouTube channel that has baby goats on it. And she said it's relaxing. Every day for 15 nights, I had to listen to baby goats. I was like, I can't do this anymore. That's driving me crazy.
That is
Oh
hilarious.
my
Love
God.
it.
But that also gave me a chance to go turn up the air conditioner so she would pull her covers up over her so I could vape. So I
That is
didn't have
awesome.
left. I mean, that's all I had. So
Yeah.
because if you I was on a transplant floor, and if you leave that floor, you have to be scrubbed when you come back on it. I only left it twice. After the second time,
Really.
I mean, to go for a walk, to walk and not be stuck in that bed. So I have
Mhm.
done learned that don't leave that unit. Just walk around the halls because they have to come and scrub you when you come back on.
Yeah, so I have to have you get out of bed and kind of move around. So you were pretty much confined to that
My
unit,
room
huh?
because I had COVID on this side and COVID on this side. So then they had to check me for all the respiratory illnesses, which I didn't have. I'm like, you're putting COVID patients right on each side of me, really.
Well, it sounds like they eventually, finally, really got on top of it. And you had how many? You said you had so many
Nine.
medical teams.
9 medical teams. That's residents, interns, nurse practitioners, the main doctor. I mean, like every. I had people
Mhm.
in there like it seemed like every hour, a different, because my kidney and my liver were both in failure. They said I would have been dead in 2 days,
God.
and my white blood cell count was like over 25,000, and which is a lot. And then my red blood cell count though had gotten to 3. Like they were fixing to have to transfuse. We don't know I just don't know what happened. And then they
Wow.
found a tumor. And I'm like, oh, they didn't come here to find nothing else wrong with me. And it's just sitting there. Looks like I'm having my mom called it her alien baby. So I'm just I'm trying to get back to, I guess, I don't use the word normal because the only normal is the setting on the drive.
Right, right.
I'm just trying to
So
get back to
what
my baseline that I was before, but I'm having to accept the fact that it won't ever be like it was before. So it's one day at a time.
so you're home.
Yes.
What's next? What does your day look like and what's going to happen in the near future as far as
What my
what you
day
have?
looks like is physical therapy, my home health nurses, my my PCP come comes to it's the old fashioned like house calls. Their
Mhm.
company, they go to your house. You don't go to their office. So I see her once or twice a week, and then so that's pretty much like almost every day except Mondays and Fridays. Those days are just I just walk around talking to my dogs. They're even saying "mama." It's just so lonesome.
I know you told me that. That is so sweet.
They do. They say
They are
"mama,"
healing. I know. I don't know what I would do without mine. Yeah.
and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I got my dog saying mama."
You're their mama. You are their mama.
It's so bad though, and they know
We
how
have
to play me.
You've got so many people stopping in to show love. We got
Oh,
Scientology up north. Hi,
oh,
Miriam.
thank
I'm so
you.
sorry, Kila, for what you're going through. A lot of healing thoughts. Yeah.
And
We
I
love
always
you,
tell
Kila.
everybody on my channel, we can do hard things. I mean, we can do hard things. But I kind of got to a point this week where I'm glad that I'm still here, not in the hospital again, but where this tumor is pushing up when it starts to have a spasm. Like I have muscle spasms bad from potassium and sodium trying to get it all right. Um, this will start spasming and then it'll push up into my chest and I can't breathe or feel like I can't
Mhm.
breathe. And it hurt. The pain is like an elephant on your chest and all that. And it would mimic cardiac, but I promise you it's not
Oh,
because I
yeah.
had a heart attack in the hospital. I had
Oh my
troponin, which
goodness.
is that cardiac enzyme if you have a cardiac event.
Yes.
So I know the difference between now for sure the difference between cardiac and whatever's going on over here, and it pushes up on my heart and lungs, and that's why I want them to take it out. but they won't do it until I'm through with the medication I'm on, and I've got 2 more weeks, and then but they don't have me another doctor's appointment scheduled in Houston until July 31st. I'm not gonna wait that long. I'm gonna go take
No.
it because this thing is, like, literally causing me not to be able to breathe.
Mm.
And I've only, put on 50 pounds since March. It's gotta go. Right?
Yep.
I can't breathe
Yeah.
when it starts doing that. So I had my whole medical people here all day for 2 days this week.
So
I
they
refuse
come to
to go
your
to the
house.
hospital. Yeah. I
That's
refuse to
good.
go to the hospital
That's
because
good.
they're not gonna do anything. And I know Houston won't until I'm through with the medication I'm taking. And around here, I wouldn't take my dog. Sorry.
And all of your teams are kind of communicating with each
Mhm.
other, I hope, and on the same page.
Yes.
That's
My
good.
my PCP here has direct access to my chart
Mhm.
where everything in Houston is put in, and they can communicate with each other. So thank God it worked out that way. Because the medicine I'm on, you want to talk about me not liking Big Pharma and why I push against that so hard. Because that's where most of my people, they're unstable because they can't afford their medication. I'm sitting here having to take $34,000 a month medication. That's 2 months I had to take. My insurance fought me and fought me and fought me. I didn't have to fight them though. I'm the only person in their history right now, that actually started that medication inpatient. You're not you're it's an outpatient medication. Well, when I started it, they they're like they're like, well, with your insurance not going to want to pay for it, and I said, no kidding, $34,000 for 1 month, and I have to take 2 months. Well, the hospital, I don't like kissing up to hospital administration, Big Pharma, all that crap. I don't believe in it. But if you gotta, you gotta. And I had to believe in them to get that appeal through, and we won.
Awesome. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? I
I'm
mean, they
sorry, my
can't
mouth is so
say
dry. My lips
no.
are so dry.
Well, I'm glad you did, and I'm so glad you're here. Oh
Me
my
too.
goodness. You've been through so much.
Me too, because honestly, I there's my chapstick. Honestly, I didn't know how bad off I was. I mean, that's the truth. I didn't know. The Facebook mom, Aria, all of them, they knew. And boy, did I ever catch it from them. I mean, they would not stop until they're like, "You've got to go get help."
Right.
And that's when I started feeling really bad, I knew something was wrong. Like, so I wasn't really mad at my mom for taking me. So she knew something was wrong because I mean, I'm her kid.
Yes, absolutely. I don't care if you're 5 or 40 or whatever, mom knows.
Mom knows.
You know your child. You know your child. Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
So here I am now. They got my kidney functioning. They got the fluid to draw in from what we call third space, which is all out in your body, back into the vessels, and made my kidney work to get it out. So my kidney function improved a lot, and I only have one kidney. So yeah, I was taking care of it. And then now we're just waiting on this medication to be done, and then they're gonna go in and biopsy my liver to see. I asked my doctor, I said, what do we do after this medication? He goes, now I got to go in and fix all the crap that it effed up.
Now, is this due to, like, is it side effects or is it just, like,
It's just the medication
consequence of it? Okay.
because I've had medication run through my body so much, but my liver to protect my kidney. So yeah,
Mm. Wow.
now it really messed up my liver.
Kidney that is singular. You have
Singular. I
one.
was just born with one. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, my mom had me in Africa. What do you expect? I just give her a heck.
Yeah. Well, I had my babies in very small town myself. Not Africa, but
I know,
sometimes I
like
feel like it.
Nigeria,
So
Africa. I'm like, Mom, how? Just how? But my grandparents worked in the oil field, so she was over there. And then
oil
they
field.
changed the
Okay.
rules when she got over there about you can't fly after you're so many months. I mean, that was 51 years ago. And so she got stuck there.
Yeah, I was going to ask if they were missionaries or something. I was like, why would they be
Oil field, my
over
grandparents.
there? Oil fields. So we got Giorgio in the back. Hi, George. Thank you. And he's got some starred questions, comments, things like that. If I can go through some of them.
Yes, please.
Okay, awesome. Because you got lots of love in here. Asen says, sending all of you much love. I will do a rewatch later. So see you later. Thank you for stopping in, Asen. We got Milky the Dandelion. I love that. Popping in to say hi. So good to see you, Kila and Maz. I love when people call me Maz. Sending out bunches of love and those robust magical wishes.
Oh,
I love it. And you have a new member. I think it might be them. Let me see.
Oh,
yeah.
A new advocate, another advocate. Yay. She's an advocate.
A new member. Yes. Awesome.
Yes. I'm so excited. Like the advocates for mental health. That's why I named them advocates. I mean, like, and then I added the voice and the choice because we're their voice, so they have a choice.
Yep. So. I didn't know this. Hackspasher says people travel to Canada for insulin, for goodness sake.
Insulin, EpiPens, life-saving medication. Don't get me started because I am not holler. I'm passionate about that. I mean, they're gonna give stuff away that is not life-saving medication, but you can't get insulin, you can't get an EpiPen. This is ridiculous. This place is ridiculous.
So, it is.
I don't like it.
It is. I don't want to get political, but yeah, it's just something's got to give.
I'm fighting for somebody's medication that they need for life-saving medications, and I'm like, you're not. It's just totally insane right now.
George is clapping. Yep, that's right.
I get going. I don't
preach, girl. Preach it.
I mean, EpiPens is a life-saving freaking thing, and you have to have it right then. You know, I mean, you're having an allergic reaction. You stab that freaking EpiPen quick. When you can't afford them because they're over $300, please give me a break.
Is that how much they are now?
They're over $300.
Oh my God.
It's ridiculous. And insulin's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I know it is. I know. I have loved ones that have it. It's awful. See, Spirit says, loving Kila's curly hair. Curly whirly hair.
Oh my God, I just did it.
We had a whole discussion backstage about it because I'm so jealous because my hair is just like that.
It's bad. It's just fell out. I mean, look, I haven't cut my hair in 8 years, and look how short it is. It fell out here and taking those immunosuppressants.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. Mine's just getting really thin. It's falling out on its
own.
It
actually took my red out. Like my red is my hair. And for some reason it just started growing like a golden brown color. I'm like, it changed my hair color. What in the I don't know. It is what it is.
It's still that really pretty auburn. I love it. So we got our friend Joel McCoy. Hey there, Joel.
Hey, Joel.
As we stumble through life, if we are lucky, we meet people like Kila. She is strong, smart, and beautiful. I find her an inspiration. I, for one, am so happy she's here.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you very much.
That's gonna make you guys are gonna make me cry. I can't see as it is.
I know I'm so hot. My glasses are fogging up.
Yeah, I got my menopause fan on. Hey, Stasia. Hi, Stasia. I will be wearing in May. We wear green for mental health awareness.
Yes.
Green T-shirt.
Yes. I almost wore my green one. It just says mental health matters. But I'm like, I haven't worn this one yet. My sister just made it. I want to wear it. But the green ribbon. Yes, absolutely.
I love that. And if Ahmad can drop you have those in your store, right? Some of them? You have your mental health matters?
I don't know. I don't think so. I have a bunch of stuff in there. Yes, I do.
I think you do. Yeah.
I just can't remember what else in there. And I know
I was looking at them.
Yeah, what I've been working on.
Anyways, visit her store.
I'm going to actually put some of these. I should have done it, but I was in the hospital. And then I come out and I'm just having problem after problem. So I didn't even get time to put anything for Mental Health Awareness Month. Mm-hmm. I just didn't. So, I mean, I had to take what
it's okay. You got your fancy shirts that your sister's making. So I love those.
My sister's making these for me because, I mean, thank God.
I love that. Great gig in the sky. Hey there. Kila, I so hope you have a soft place to fall. You give so much to help folks feel seen.
Thank you. Thank you.
I agree with that.
Thank you so much.
100%. You have done so much for others. So promise me you'll take care of yourself, and you will also let all of us do whatever we can. If you ever need anything, I'm
I'm
here.
learning. I'm learning. Thank you. I'm learning. I can ask now for stuff, which before I've been so independent. My mom raised us 4 independent women, and I've learned how to now ask when I need
Good.
help, so I don't because I don't want to be like this forever. I'm hoping something happens, and so I don't want to hurt myself. So I've learned, don't do this, don't do that. Follow what they say, and that's my
Mm,
issue about being in the house. Like I have to have help going down our steps. Just just somebody standing there. So because it's in my head, I know it is because I'd actually get down and up, but I feel safe when someone's there, and I feel unsafe when they're not. And I don't want to fall and then end up hurting myself again because I've
No.
already fell in here in my house, like 3 times, and it's ridiculous. But the fear of falling, so I stay in this house, and
Yeah.
it doesn't make for a good mental health space. Y'all are all I have to the out. Y'all mean everything to me. You literally saved my life. Like, literally. I would already be locked up somewhere if it wasn't for y'all. Because you're the only thing I have.
Well, you have 100 people almost in this 94 people in this chat, just bringing you all the great vibes, good vibes, and prayers, and love and support. And I feel like if we can give back a fraction to what you've given all of us, then it's
Thank you. Y'all,
I'm
y'all,
really happy.
y'all don't know. Y'all give to me. You really do. I mean, I know people don't see things that go on behind the scenes and stuff, in real life and whatever. But this is my real life because I literally talk to my dogs all day. It's a bad thing when you're by yourself all day.
Yeah,
He has
I
to
know
work.
that.
I mean,
I
he
do
has
that
to
too.
work. And then it's just it's a lot. Um, but I don't complain to him about being here by myself because then it would just put more pressure on him. Him worried about me and
Mm.
work, and he needs to focus on work when he's at work. And my mom would come and see me, but I don't. I mean, she lives 45 minutes away, so I don't expect that. I tell her she calls me like 5 times a day. I'm like, I'm fine, mom. Well, I haven't heard from you.
Well,
Like, I'm fine, mom.
in between, you have all of us. You can reach out to me any time of
Yes,
day.
and I
I'm
do.
I always have my messenger app on, so I don't know why I don't get my texts sometimes.
It's y'all are literally my life support, and I mean that in a good way because I can only talk to my dog so long. That I mean, for the love of God, they say mama now.
I love that. That's
Oh,
awesome.
no, they drive me crazy with it. I'm like, why? Why?
This is 100% correct.
Barbie.
Barbie,
Oh,
Kila is
Barbie.
proof that miracles happen. Yeah, you are a miracle. Great Gig says, "We're forever a kid in mom's eyes." Yes.
I know I'm 51 years old. My mother is 69 years old. And it's
You're
like I'm her kid.
you're her baby.
I'm the
That's
baby.
right.
I mean, I'm the oldest, but I'm her baby.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Body illusion.
Hey,
Okay,
buddy.
you have to tell me, what does that mean? 333.
That's just love.
Kila.
Love.
Oh, 333 for Kila and anyone else that needs, wants a hug, love, healing vibes. Love that. See, this is what your channel does for all of us, just all of your mods and the people that are there to support each other. I love it.
I love watching.
I often will just I'm usually always there, but I
Yeah.
often just lurk because I'm just kind of winding down with the puppies and crocheting or whatever and just listening.
And now we have so many mods because that's why we have so many mods. I have the most amazing mods. I'm gonna brag on them. They keep it safe. It, I mean, I had somebody that had a problem with it that hijacked the link that I put in and was backstage like 4 different times. And I'm okay. I didn't
Oh
even know how to
no.
mod. I'm sitting here going to get somebody. I didn't know how to get him out.
Oh my God. So
He
they were like
hijacked
showing up, they were using your link to just go
four
backstage in your
different
stream.
accounts after I figured out how to ban him from backstage, but then
Oh,
and
good.
all the mods were throwing comments and Rich is trying to get him out, but he was coming back in because he had 4 different accounts. So now we got that. I hope we have them all. That's the kind of people, I don't care who comes in the chat. Everyone is welcome. Everyone. But don't come in there hijacking links and talking ugly to anybody. That's the one thing. We keep it safe in there the best we can.
Absolutely. We got Simone's girl. Hi there. We don't see you very often, but that's great. Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn and Kila. Sorry I can't make all your lives. Well, that's okay. Just glad you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, storage. Doctors need to be challenged. My wife didn't challenge her doctor firmly enough and died as a result.
Doctors need to be challenged, and now we have another challenge. Pharmacists need to be challenged because I have medication at the pharmacy that they won't fill because they said I don't need it's the same class of drug as something else I'm taking. I said, "Are you my doctor? Did you go to medical school?" They literally are the gatekeepers to allow you to take your medication or not. I have prescriptions sitting there that I'm supposed to be on, but because it is the same class of drug, but there's a reason I'm on it. I mean, it's two different reasons, but they don't care. They will not fill it. So that's where I'm fighting right now. Pharmacists,
your doctor should know.
Why does doctor need to go to medical school? I mean, just come to the pharmacy, get what I need. You tell me what I need. And I was really ugly to him. And I'm not.
Sometimes you gotta. Sometimes you gotta.
That's
get
another advocate for myself. I was mad.
Yeah. Tip 420 says it's very important that people advocate for themselves. Don't be spoken over, and remember your doctor works for you.
I love that.
100. Yep.
I love that.
100%. Yep. Embroider that on a pillow.
I like
you know. Oh, that makes sense. Arkansas Flamingo. Hey there. I learned to take a list of questions to the doctor, so he has to listen. Yes.
That's a good.
I like that.
I do too.
I like that a lot. Sorry, my eyes are a little bit blurry today. I have hi, Cats, Bats, and Flowers. I have Cushing's. Go ahead. Yes, please do.
No, you read it. I really
can't see. Okay. I have Cushing's diagnosed at 12 years and result struggle with weight, chronic pain, and both hips replaced, waiting for knee replacement, hands being slowly being stolen by arthritis. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's my ankles and the bottom of my feet. I don't know why. I have to wear
really the bottom of your feet.
The bottom of my feet. I don't know what that's about, and I really don't. They hurt, and my ankles if I don't have support tennis shoes on, and it's weird. I don't know. It's a new thing with the bottom of my feet start hurting, and I'm like, what is going on? But that's where it's got me right now in the weight gain. Even my nurse that was here yesterday, she said it sounds like you've got Cushing's, and you look like you have Cushing's because I put on 50 pounds in a month. This is crazy.
Really?
I mean, this is all not me. I mean, this is just, and then this big old tumor sticking out my belly looks like I'm freaking pregnant all the time. It's horrible. But I had a choice of taking the steroids or not. My PCP said, I will keep prescribing them. You make an informed consent. What do you want? Do you want quality, quantity? She gave me the option, and that's unfortunately the way that I chose because I can't take pain medicine, and the steroids made the pain go away. But it also did this.
Gotcha.
Here we go. I don't want to live in pain, but now they tapered me off of them. Today was my last half pill, and I'm just sweating all the time as I started coming down off of them. It was horrible. It's horrible.
I think you look. I mean, compared to last week, I think you look so much better. Do you feel better?
Yes, I do. I feel better. I have my good days and bad days depending on But yes, it's a lot on the weather. Like my feet and my ankles. So I'm like, okay, wait, I got to start living like this again. And it's a lot to do with the weather, and it's been raining here for days.
So your Facebook mom said, I told Kila several times she should be in the hospital. She didn't listen to me. Mama Kila did the right thing. Yep. Getting her there by any means. Yep. Your mom. Tell your mom. We all said thank you.
I refuse.
Great gig, Kila. Your spirit is amazing. 100%. I agree with that. Absolutely. Anna says insulin and EpiPens are ridiculously higher in the US and Canada.
ridiculously is the word, put it mildly. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's 2 life-saving medications that shouldn't cost anything. I mean, hardly anything. It's cheap to make insulin. It is not what they charge. Big Pharma sucks. I'm sorry.
I know. And unfortunately, the donors that come from Big Pharma tend to be able to dictate policy, which
They
sucks.
do.
It's not right.
I used that in the hospital, though, to get the medication I needed because that's why they kept me in the hospital. And it just started, like after that first, it was like, I don't know, 8 days or 9 days. And they finally got the insurance to pay for it. They had to use their weight, the hospital's weight. I mean, I wouldn't have stood a chance.
Yeah. Well, you got to do what you got to do to
$34,000
survive, right?
I can't believe that. In fact, we left one box at that pharmacy and picked it up when I went for my follow-up because I didn't want to lose it. That's $34,000 a box. That is so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you don't like the system, but you know the system.
I had to use it to get my medicine so I would live.
Right.
Unfortunately, but I had to use the system. So they kept me inpatient for that. And then all this other crap started happening. So then that's when I had my heart attack. So I'm stuck in there even longer. Yeah.
So Brazy says my son's Crohn's meds cost $32,000 a year. Oh,
It's ridiculous. It is.
JoJo's in the UK. That's good.
Right, JoJo.
I can't imagine your healthcare system in the UK. It's not perfect, but it's basically accessible and free.
You would think, but Big Pharma owns everything.
Yeah. Steve Spear says, "Yep, it's hard for us Brits to comprehend this. The NHS has its issues, of course, but has saved me many times, many times."
That's good.
Yeah, George is clapping. Yeah. And you got a super chat from
Deb.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Deb has a channel. Deb has a channel. Oh my God, it's amazing. She's
Doing
so
It
good.
Deb's Way. Oh yeah, mods, if you could put that in, if you can find her channel, is it at Doing It Deb's Way? We'll find it.
Yeah, because I just put it in there. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm the
glad you're
mods
here,
put it
Deb.
in there. She's amazing. So she's amazing.
Yes, it's awesome. Mental health is a topic that is very relevant in my life and so many others. And this channel is a hand to hold, a hug, and a light in dark times. I love that.
Thank you, Deb.
Appreciate you all. 100%.
She's great.
Yeah, Deanna kind of reminds me of Diana Ross. Deanna Ross.
Hello.
Hello, beautiful ladies. Love this conversation.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for being here, Kila. And I know that this will help others too.
I hope so. Don't give up. Really, don't give up.
Yep, you don't give up. Yep. And
There's days
Milky is one of the mental health first aiders at my work.
Yes.
That's kind of where it came from when someone chuckled, knowing I'd been off after a breakdown. Who better than someone who's been there, right? Yes.
And the mental health first aid, we went over. Thank you for that. Thank you, because not a lot of people know what that means, and you actually get it certified in it. And it that's who works the 988 hotlines. And you have to have a mental health first aid, and it's just to stop, kind of like first aid. You stop the bleeding, so to speak.
Yeah.
And you listen, and you give someone, and you understand them, and that makes the difference between life and death. So.
Absolutely. I have a small amount of experience in it, and in fact, I'll be talking to someone yesterday who just lost talking to someone later on today who lost their house yesterday in a fire.
Oh my gosh!
And so our nonprofit helps fire survivors, and often one of my board members might talk to her because I was hopping on with you, and I talked to our vice president, and she said, "I know her. I'll talk to her." But she said, "Can you talk to her later? Because she keeps saying, I'm lost, I'm lost, I'm lost." And when you lose your house, she has no clothes. We're in the process of giving her. It's like a death. It's like your whole life burned up, and so
let's see, my whole life went floating down somewhere when Hurricane Harvey came. We lost everything. There's nothing that survived that.
Yeah. So I just because I've been, you've been through tragedy. I've been through there's trauma and there's tragedy, and they go hand in hand,
Absolutely.
And there's got to be like a little bit of like a buffer, because I try to just tell people, okay, these people, I know you want to help, and I think it's wonderful, but they don't even know where they're going to sleep tonight. They don't need a couch. You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to say, okay, let's give them some space, and so right now we're in the process of helping them get, the Red Cross jumps in, and then we match the Red Cross. So they have no clothes, no nothing. So we're working on
horrible.
that. Yeah. Yeah. So just,
everything
that's one thing that I, can help with is the fire survivors.
And
but
I'm so glad you do
the
that,
mental
because
health.
you make a difference, like a huge difference in their life.
Thank you.
I mean, they wouldn't have anything. So thank you.
Well, I know I'm just paying it forward. It's like we've all had those angels in our life that have helped, us along the way. And I want to just be able to help in some way,
Right.
So even just like a gift card so that they can get some clothes,
Like that. I mean, I had one of my employees' house burned down, and she didn't have anything. She had a little girl, and we had so many people bringing stuff that I was like, okay, well, she don't have a place to live. I mean,
right.
It's appreciated.
The first thing is like, I've asked them like, okay, do you have a toothbrush? Because I know that the Red Cross sometimes, and they're like, I don't know. Like, they don't even know if they need a toothbrush. They're in shock. They're in utter shock. And I had one lady, I don't like to talk about this because it makes me want to cry, and I might cry. But one girl, call her girl because she's younger than me, she lost her 4 dogs, and 2 of them were Great Danes. And she was in such shock. She literally jumped in my arms, and I just held her.
That's all you can.
She was little. She's like 80 pounds.
And it's sad. And it really is. I mean, like, it's sad.
And she didn't have her medication. Like, we had to fight the fucking, we had to fight the fucking drugstore to get her medication.
Because it was too early to fill, let me guess.
Yeah.
That's what I deal with all the time. Big Pharma and the stupid pharmacist.
So I called the ambulance service, and I don't know what you call him, the big head honcho there, called the emergency room, and he said, you will fill her medication. So they went right past all of the, the red tape, and got the emergency room to give her medication.
Yeah, that's not it. Oh, your insurance. I have 2 medicines right now that I'm waiting on, because I said it's too soon. I'm like, okay, I take 10 milliliters out of this bottle. That's all the syringe holds. And I take it, I shoot it down my mouth. It's that antibiotic that keeps anything from settling in my lungs. And they started me on in the hospital, and they want me to continue to take it. And it's like highlighter yellow.
Really?
For real. And
wow.
But the way it works, and I've never heard of it before, but it keeps everything out of my lungs. Like, no, it's just to keep me from getting sicker while I'm taking this medicine. And it's like an antiviral, antibacterial, so nothing can get in my lungs. Not saying that it's foolproof, but it does work.
Right.
And I only pull 10 milliliters out. That's all that I can pull out. And trust me, I don't take that nasty stuff more than once a day. But how can they tell me it's too soon? It's what they put in the bottle.
It's what you need. Yeah.
They put that much in the bottle. Did they short me, or are you just sitting here telling me I didn't take it for 3 days because it was too soon? Well, y'all didn't fill it right then.
Yeah.
Because all that comes in that syringe is 10 cc's, 10 milliliters. It's stupid. It's stupid. I don't know why that's become a new word lately, because that's how I feel.
Yeah, you just get frustrated. Like, you're stupid. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes I do that. I like regress to like 3 years old. Like,
me too.
That's dumb.
That's stupid. I'm trying not to cuss,
That's why I say, like, that burns my biscuits.
Yes, and I love that.
Because otherwise I'd be turned in the air blue. Barbie, one of my medications I take in Canada for $110 a month is $2,000 a month.
What?
20 times more.
It is uncalled for.
Yeah. Body illusions. Doctors just prescribe stuff without looking into past records. Yes. What happened to you when you knew that you needed that or couldn't take it or whatever.
Yeah.
You got to make sure. Yeah.
Yes. And
Remind
make
your
sure that you
doctors.
didn't go in the sun if you take the medication.
Right. Yeah. Northern Girl, my sister, retired nurse, and I go to all of our 91-year-old mom's doctor's appointments. Oh, that's nice.
That's good.
With her now. The more ears, the better. Yes, that's good
Yes.
point.
Yes.
The more questions, the better.
Yes. And somebody
Yes.
there to verify that's amazing. Yes. Not a lot of people will do that for each other, and that's good. Of course, my mom's one of them that does.
Yeah. This is totally on point. Absolutely, JoJo. Physical health affects our mental health so much. And as I get older and more decrepit, I love that word. It's just a funny word. It becomes more and more apparent. Thanks, Kila, and her channel.
Oh,
yes. Yes, definitely.
Thank you very much.
And I think that my mental health will affect my body sometimes. It's like, it's all connected, right?
I don't know if you've heard of Dr. Gabor Mate. He wrote a lot of books, but he's got some videos, a lot of them on YouTube. And he explains that any chronic illness that we have as an adult formed as we were a baby. Because if you went through stress, trauma, any unstable family, you didn't get the love and nurturing you needed, and was full of trauma or divorced parents, whatever the case may be, that whatever you're going to have in the future when you're older, it all stems from then. And I was like, okay, well, that can't. But I watched him and I learned a whole lot. Now everything he puts out, I try to just absorb, because he makes a valid point. He really does. He's like, I don't know how bad I screwed my kids up. But he makes a valid point.
Yeah, I was diagnosed, well, now it's over 20 years with fibromyalgia, and it was after I got a really terrible flu, and I was still in the cult, and I was told that God was judging me and punishing me and all that, and I internalized it, and I couldn't get out of bed. I was so sick, and I had to start. This was like 2005. So yeah, it was 20 years ago. And so I was like, the internet was new, and I started to try to diagnose myself. So I was like a pincushion. They said, oh, you have Lyme disease. I'm like, I don't go in the woods, and it's February. It's February.
Everybody.
Yeah. So they just kept testing me. Nothing. Yes, exactly. Medical gaslighting, right?
That's exactly what it is.
I thought it was crazy. And this was before they knew very much about fibromyalgia. So I was looking it up, and I said to my doctor, I need to go to a rheumatologist. That's what I'm going to force it. And the first thing they said, I've told this story before, the rheumatologist looked at me, he said, I want you to know, I believe you. I believe you. And I just started crying my eyes out, because finally, after 9 months, somebody believed me, and then, we worked through it. I mean, I still have issues, but one thing is, they say knowledge is power. Once I knew, they told me that, now the studies have been done saying that childhood trauma, which, pretty much a lot of us are poster children for the childhood trauma, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, to know where it stems from has kind of helped me, because then I can kind of center myself and be like, okay, it's going to be okay. I'm not going to die. It's just, yes, it's pain, but it's my brain telling me that my body's not okay,
It is.
and vice versa. So sometimes it's like the symptoms.
Thousands and thousands of brain cells in your stomach. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, you do. Or in your I don't know. I don't want to say small intestines, but dancing in the rain, help me here.
Dancing in the rain.
What I'm trying to say. Right. But you have brain cells in your digestive system, and that's why they always say gut health is good for the brain.
Really?
You literally have brain cells there. So the gut health is important. Mm-hmm.
That's what happened to mine. I swallowed them.
No, me too. But yeah, so gut health.
Hey,
gut, she said. Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm in the start questions. I'll go back over and look at those.
But she's right. Everybody's like, yes. That's why they always say about gut health. Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, you feel it in your gut. Yeah. Ben Bakerman says the meds that they wanted to put me on for SABO were like $40,000 with a discount.
Oh my
That's just
God, man.
obscene.
Oh my gosh. Whew. You're ridiculous.
Oh my God. It's
It's
terrible.
so ridiculous.
Tip 420, it's amazing the doctor's percentage they get a kickback on these meds.
Yes, they do.
That is a very good point.
That's a good point, yes.
Mm-hmm. You've got Crystal Phoenix
Hey,
Rising,
Crystal.
member for 5 months.
Love you, honey.
Love you. Awesome.
Yeah.
I do the seal clap.
She's so great. Like she does a lot of advocacy work.
Well, you've got so much love and support in here, and I hope you feel it. I hope you feel it.
Absolutely.
We've got Animal Audit Corner. Hey there. I'm going to credit mental health facilities for improving my mental health. Okay. Awesome.
I'm so glad because we have so little resources.
Yeah. Yeah. This is so true, Anna. Anna from Canada. Healthcare is a human right without bankrupting their citizens. U.S. has more buying power than Canada, but yet they allow Big Pharma to rip their citizens off. Both sides in U.S. allow this. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. And George is clapping.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. No one's lily white with that because when it comes down to it, they both, the both parties, not to get political. I'm yelling at both of them, all of them, everything.
Me too.
Hey, Feral Cheryl, great convo, swinging in to hug everyone. Fiber Wars, yes. Fiber Warriors, yes. Autoimmune, I know there's so many, and there's so many trauma survivors in this community, which goes hand in hand with the autoimmune conditions.
A lot. It does a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, wow, this is interesting. Haggis Basher, tip 420, folk tend to forget that your mouth is a direct blood route to your heart. And if you have infected teeth, that's right, I've heard that. It can cause issues in some in dogs. Same in dogs. Oh,
yes,
wow.
Absolutely has. Yes.
Wow. Dancing in the Rain says, I just got the book, The Stress Disease Connection by Gabor Mate. So excited to read it.
That's the doctor. Yeah. Okay. The stress disease. Okay. Connection. I'm not going to remember that, but okay. I'll go back and get it.
Have you ever read The Body Keeps the Score? I haven't read that one, but everybody says I should read that.
Okay. So Dr. Gabor Mate also wrote a book. That one's not, the original one's not from him, but he rewrote it. He wrote another one. I don't know how it goes, but I've read it. And I knew everybody kept telling me it was another author. And then I finally found out why, because it's the same book, basically, by two different authors. So I wasn't as messed up as I thought I was with the brain fog.
No, you're doing great, honey. You're doing awesome. I mean, I'm learning a lot. So glad to just hang out with you. I'm just so thrilled.
Yeah, like I said, y'all are my saving grace, for real.
Anna says, this may sound political, but it's not, as all U.S. stations do this. If you want to see who influences your media, watch the commercials. Good point. Right. Yeah. Tons of pharmaceutical commercials. And it's like people like frolicking through a meadow with flowers and stuff. And they're like, yeah.
And then I can't. How much you get paid for that?
Yeah.
Spend money on commercials and instead of helping your people.
But then everybody looks so happy, but then it's like side effects may include death and your limb falling off and everything else. It's like, that's okay. I'll just keep my dry eye and my restless leg. No,
because like every side effect is always, I was like, oh
yeah. God. Yeah, and who are these poor people that ended up having these terrible side effects? It's like, rare side effects, but somebody must have had them.
How long did they study this medication before they released it to anybody? Because women sure don't get it. I'm not even going to go there, but women are the least studied. They do all the trials mostly on male. So women are just stuck, and that's the truth. That's not like I'm not trying to say be a feminist or anything like that. That is true. It's a true statement that most drug trials are done on men.
Wow, I didn't know that. George said not so long ago, ads for meds were banned from TV. And yes, I remember that. Yeah, I remember when they came out. It was probably the 80s or the 90s. You started seeing them like Celebrex, when they're doing like Tai Chi or whatever. I think that was the first one I remember.
Yeah.
Great gig. Anna, the big pharma advertising dollars are outrageous and evil.
That's why I said yes. The money they spend on those commercials could be going to help someone pay for medication. That's why I can't stand it.
Yeah. Exactly. Anna says, my dad was type 1 diabetic since 21. There are some in the U.S. that have rationed insulin because the cost is ridiculous.
It's everywhere.
I know. Yeah. I love this. I got to read this one.
Hey, man.
Amen. My husband would agree with this one. Definitely. Research by the Ben Bacon Bits Institution indicates working on cars can be of the devil too. Yeah, I forbade my husband, except for like oil changes, because he's usually a very genteel, calm person. But when he would work on cars, he's a great carpenter and all that. But when he works on cars, he would have like a 6-pack or even a 12-pack of beer sitting next to him under the car. And he would be turning the air blue, like with the swears. I was like, listen, why don't you go do carpentry and pay somebody else to do what you don't like doing? But I agree. As a bystander, I've seen it happen. I love that. Krumel? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It took me 5 years to finally get the fire. I feel your pain. It was seen as a woman's disease over here.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's truth here. Yeah, that's true.
Yep. It took, 9 months because I finally was just like, I'm going to see a rheumatologist,
And I'm so glad that you found one that said, I believe you, because there's a lot that don't.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember he
check out every box and
pressed, and again, this was, I was 30, almost 35, and pressed on like my sides, and I just almost shot through the roof. I was like, whoa. And he goes, see? Yeah, you have it.
That's it. Yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Doing it Deb's way. I love that. Doing it Deb's way.
Yeah, she does.
Do it Deb's way. I worked in a doctor's office for many years, and it's truly a money machine. I saw behind the curtain, and it was ugly.
And once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
And I have a friend that's got a case against Pfizer. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I'm just going to say this: the court is here. She lives up north. The court is here in our county. So every time that they have court, because she worked for Pfizer, and then she whistle blew to the FDA, and when she got back to Pfizer, she was fired. And she took a loss. She filed a lawsuit. Yes, she has 24-hour security. Yes, because you're talking about Big Pharma. Because when we went to court for like the third time, of course, everybody from Pfizer is there trying to fight her, and she's standing up for the whole America and saying that these were not done right. And the government was there with Pfizer United. So not only now is she taking on Pfizer, she's taking on government officials, like whatever.
Well,
different.
In some ways, it's one and the same. Yeah, the lobbyists and everything. It's just, oh my God.
So I have to make sure she's okay every day.
Yeah. Yeah, check in on her. Definitely.
Yeah, I do.
David says, I work on cars. I have invented many new words.
I talk to my dogs and invented a lot of new words too.
Oh my goodness. It's hilarious. We've got Crystal Phoenix Rising. Thank you so much for the super chat. Kila, I sent you a podcast about trauma effects medically. Love you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I will look at that for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. Oh, why am my clicker not working? Oh. Okay. What is happening here? Arkansas Flamingo, the U.S. and New Zealand are the only 2 countries in the world that allow pharmaceutical commercials.
Oh, wow.
I heard that.
I didn't even know that.
U.S. and New Zealand.
Today, that's one of my checklists. My 3 things have to do a day. I learned something new.
Yep, that's right. Oh, Dancing in the Rain. Yes. Fellow fibro gal here. And can attest it is one of the most misunderstood conditions by a medical community and society at large, family and friends. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And I know what she's been going through. Oh my God.
Yeah. I've been really fortunate that my husband and family, my husband's been very, very supportive. Some of my some of some of the female members of my extended family
Mhm.
have been kind of like suck it up and all this, and then like, oh, you can just pop a baby out and run, a marathon. But I'm like, you guys don't understand,
No, they don't.
and I would just say, like, I wish you could be in my body for 5 minutes and you would not be saying that, especially first thing in the morning,
The mornings are the
so
worst for me too. They really
yeah,
are.
it can be so frustrating. Oh, it's a good idea, Arkansas Flamingo, or taking a tape recorder so you can listen later. Sometimes it's hard to retain all the information.
Oh, no, that's the truth, especially with somebody like me that
Yep.
has brain fog. I don't
Yeah.
retain it at all. I walk out and I don't know what that was just said.
Yeah.
Soon as I'll be glad when these medicines
Yeah.
are
I take notes. Well, you're doing fantastic. I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad you're here.
I'm just, I think like in the mornings, they're hard for me because when I have to take my medicine, the mornings are the worst because there's over 21 pills I have to take every morning.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
literally sick to my stomach when I finish the last one. And they're, like there's a 3, 4, 5 that are big, like the ibuprofen 800s, the potassium pills, all that they're huge. I have to take 5 of those. I can't stand taking a Tylenol or anything because I can't stand pills touching my throat.
Oh
And so
yeah.
21 every morning, yeah, something's got to change. I got to get better.
Yeah. Tiff says, I always say the wake up is the hardest. Yes. Oh my God.
You're right.
Oh, I wake up. Sometimes I feel like I'm just 85 years old. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this.
Me neither. That's how I do. I'm like, literally, I'm like, what is going on? I can't, my body is just betraying me.
Ben's baking. He's just making us laugh.
Oh gosh, what, Ben?
Hey, Kila, pull my finger. Sorry, all I could think of. Well, not sorry, but say
Okay, so
to avoid judgment.
he's going to be co-hosting a panel tonight of ADHD with on the Mental Health Matters channel. I cannot wait. It's going to be so fun.
Oh, awesome! What time?
9:00.
Your time? So 10 my time. I don't think I'll be home yet. My boys have a
If you
gig
want to be on
tonight.
the panel, anybody want to be on the panel?
Yeah, my boys have a gig tonight, so I probably won't be home till almost midnight.
Well, you
It's
can
a late
go
one.
to the community post and put your name in the comments because that's where I'm going to pull them in from the Facebook and the one post, just the comments. Then we're going to put the panel together because if we have enough, we're going to have to do them in rotation.
Okay, everybody hear that? So what do they do if they want to be on the panel?
Go to Mental Health Matters community post, whatever the community page
on your channel.
Yes, and I put a post. If you want to be on the ADHD panel, just put your name in the comment.
Awesome.
And that's how we're
everybody hear that?
The rotation. Yeah.
Nice. Hey, I could never say this, so it's Sophia. Yes. Hi, Sophia. Great to see you. Germans are chill as long as you don't come for their health insurance and make them pay crazy much for health. Yeah, don't come to the U.S. Otherwise, it might get uncomfortable for a lot of people in power.
Oh. Hey, she's so smart. She is so wise.
Yep. Am I alive? That's what I ask myself. I know. I'm like, am I alive? Well, hi, Kenny. Oh, the all caps is just so cheerful. Yes, subscribe to Kila here. Everybody see that on my channel. And then, yeah, go over and like, subscribe, and listen and watch and learn and love and all the things.
And I tell everybody that comes to that channel, do not ask. Just post your link up there if you have a channel, please. We share every channel.
That's awesome. I love that.
So please, if you have a channel, put it in there, and then mods will take it and make it a link.
I love it. I love it. Well, honey, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Anytime, literally. Like,
I really
let me
appreciate
know.
it because it's like mental health is health. Healing's not linear. All the cliches that you hear, it's the truth.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
Absolutely. Well, everyone, make sure you hop over to Kila's channel at Mental Health Matters to Us with a 2.
Yes.
And do you still have your personal channel?
I do, but I can't drive, so I can't do car talk anymore.
Right.
So bad. Like everybody loves going, but I mean, it was just like a bunch of friends hanging out.
Really I loved that. Yes, I love it.
Driving when I'm driving to the pharmacy.
Well, you could just sit with your dogs and talk to us.
I could do. Yeah, I've been trying to think of something to do because everybody's like, "Well, go just sit in your car and do car talk." I can't make it down my steps by myself. I but I'm scared.
That
So
would be,
I gotta find
yeah.
something else to
You
call
don't
it.
want to fall. You want to fall.
No, I gotta find something else to call it. I just don't know what. So, I mean, I got StreamYard on there, and I'm not using it at all.
Dog
Hardly at all.
talk.
Yeah, I know, right? Huh.
Puppy talk. Puppy talk. Yes.
Something, yeah, because I really. Oh, the link from Crystal wants the link for your channel.
For my channel?
Yeah, because my
Oh,
chat. I want please subscribe to you. They need
it's
it.
it's at Coffee Cults and Crafts. One word. Just at Coffee Cults and Crafts. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for being here. And please shower Kila with love in the comments and like and subscribe and all the things. And let's do this again soon. It's so great to
Please,
see you.
yes,
If you need anything, please just say the word. I'm going to play the outro, and everybody have a great weekend, and we'll all see you soon. Bye. Zenu, Marlene, everybody partake. Cheers. This is good coffee. This is why, my hubby makes the coffee.